We are going to be surprised, or at least you are. I've done the research already. You're going to be surprised about what I found in inventory count in the villas, Florida. Glenn Stein, broker owner, Realty Executives. Hope you are doing well. Happy Sunday. And just got back from vacation. It's always nice to go on vacation, and I'm finding it more enjoyable to come back after vacation. I've known a lot of people to go on vacation this summer, like all over the place, all over the world. We just got back from Jamaica, and that was very enjoyable. It was only for 3 days, by the way, and it was just very nice, enjoyable 3 days. Put in the chat. I'd love to hear what vacation is your favorite, or where did you go this summer, 2025. Happy Sunday, happy August. It's August 17th, mid-August. And one of the things I'm noticing right here, let's get into it. The market is improving. Market is improving. A lot of people are always pessimistic about, oh, the market's getting worse. National news is saying, well, it's becoming harder for people to buy, and there's all of that. And I don't think that's untrue for the majority of the country, but here's what's going on in the villages. 582 properties for sale. That's a reduction of at least 160, 170 properties that were on the market 2.5 months ago. So we're getting less inventory on the market. Currently on the market is, we're seeing less homes on the market. So that's a good news. That's a good thing, by the way, because what we were seeing is one of the biggest problems we're having was we were seeing that values were dropping. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to look at pricing in a minute. I want to show you one more thing. Let's take a look at this. So 582 on the market, 7-day numbers, which I look at often. New listings, 49 new listings, 61 price decreases. We've seen over 100, so that's a little bit better. 37 closed, 10 expired, 54 pending. To me, it's a very healthy marketplace when this is pretty close. New listings, pendings are real close. And now we're seeing pendings, more pendings than new listings. That is a positive sign to get more equilibrium. Now, we saw in 2021 where the pendings were much greater than the new listings. Then we saw, a complete drop in pricing, or in inventory rather, and then pricing went up. And then of course we saw the opposite last couple of years where inventory has gone up and pricing has dropped. But let's see, what can you get? By the way, let's take a look at this. This is what I want to show you. What can you get for 200,000 in the villages? Let's say from 180 to 250. Let's just a random number, give you an idea of what you can get in the villages. And I think you're going to notice that, especially in this price range, we've seen definitely an adjustment in the homes that are for sale. Pricing has gone down, and we're seeing sufficient buyers. By the way, some people are like, "Oh, there's no buyers. It's August." No, there are buyers for sure. Less buyers than what we would see during season. Less buyers than what we saw maybe about 60 days ago. But certainly, that pending number that I just showed you is an indicator. So let's see, we're looking at mostly, under 200,000, mostly in the Orange Blossom section, historic section. That's the lowest priced area, but this one seems to be a really good buy for 205. That's a 1-1. It's a patio villa. That's the lowest non-mobile home in the villages that's for sale. You start looking at, let's see, you got more 1-1s that are 214, 215. These are all patio villas. There's a 2-2. Let's see what this one is on E. Schwartz, 215. This is a site built, not a manufactured home. There are a few in the historic section. That gives you an idea what's going on there. Let's see if we go up. There are a few villas, a couple of villas, patio villas like this one on Barboza Drive that are essentially under 250, 239, 240. So you can find some of that. I wouldn't say it's slim pickings, but it is limited for under 250. The minute that you go over 250 and you run into, let's go to 300, you find a lot more. You got 114 properties. That's where you're going to find a bunch of patio villas and a few courtyard villas that are going to be for sale. So that tells you something right there. This one here, this one on Roland, this is a patio villa for $269, but it's been on the market for 62 days. That's an indicator. By the way, if you're on the market for 62 days and you haven't had any showings, then you're definitely overpriced. So watch out for that. That's my advice to sellers. First, opportunities with those particular homes that have been on the market for a little bit longer, it could be an opportunity. I think a lot of times as buyers, we look at the ones that it just came on the market, the hottest property. Well, you tend to get the better deal on the ones that have been on the market longer. This one looks very nice, but it's 289, 149 days on the market. So when you're buying, look at that. Look at the days on market. Maybe you get a better deal. Okay. Let's look at over. Let's see. Actually, let's do this. Let's look at what's selling, what's closing right now. Actually, let's go into pending properties, things that are going under contract. What is going under contract? So a lot of people are thinking, well, nothing is selling. There are homes that are selling. There's 206 pending properties on MLS, right? So the price range is, let's see, we're looking at 239. That's an interesting one for 50,000. Must be a foreclosure of some sort. Yeah, something's going on there. Investor special. It's values in the land is probably a tear down for sure. But let's go back. Let's see, looking at 50,000, 239. Let me broaden this a little bit. So you get over 200 properties for sale. The bottom 50 properties, the lowest price properties, range from 55 all the way to 290, right? So you've got 25% that are 290 or less. Okay. Affordable properties. Let's look at the next 50. The next 50 properties, 294.9 all the way to 374. Okay. So another 25% of the properties are in that price range. And, you get a myriad of properties that were built in 2000 all the way to, or 1998 all the way to maybe 2018 is what I'm looking at, right? That one for 2018 looks like a pretty good deal. That one's under contract. The next 25% from 375 to 475. Okay. Pretty good price range. And the next 25%, you're looking at 475,000 all the way to 1.1. And in fact, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10 properties under contract that are over $1 million. About 10 years ago, we would have seen 1 or 2 of these. Now we're seeing more and more, obviously, whether you call it appreciation or inflation. That's kind of what happens. So it gives you an idea of what you can get for, let's blow this up a little bit. This is what you can get for 1.5. Very nice, very pleasant. Lots of upgrades. There's a giraffe in there. Very pretty home. Yeah. So there you go. What's the takeaway? Here are the takeaways from this. First thing is we're seeing an improvement in the marketplace. Less inventory, which is a plus. Number one. Number two, still some opportunities to buy. I'm seeing some good deals out there, but it's slowly starting to turn. And as we're seeing a reduction in inventory, if we can get down to the 300 mark, it'll be a much more balanced marketplace. We're still in a buyer's marketplace, but it is changing a little bit. So it is different than when it was several months ago. If you have questions, I'm the broker owner at Realty Executives, the #1 real estate company in the Villages MLS. And it's not close, by the way. I know there's some real estate agents out there that are watching. But we've got a great group of people. Our company is really about our people. It's not about me. It's not about leadership. It's more about the camaraderie and the helpfulness. And whenever you list a home with Realty Executives, you're going to have a whole team effort. So if you have questions, let's connect. I'm Glenn, 352-572-3796, 352-572-3796. And we'll see everybody real soon. Happy August.